What's up? What you're going to hear in this video is probably the reason why you're not making money with e-com, or you're not able to scale past a certain point that you wish you could. And so specifically what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about the unique mechanism that you should have, that your brand should have, and why most brands don't have it, how you can start having one, how you can get majority of the market share in a super tapped, saturated market. And this is exactly the thing that separates you from actually hitting that goal. Okay. And so what I'm going to specifically do is I'm going to tell you the exact step-by-step process of how you can go from have no clue what a unique mechanism even is to then actually having one which is properly tested and iterated so that you can scale to the moon and no one can copy you, because this unique mechanism is what makes you unique and what people associate your brand name with. Okay, that's why most people in e-com don't make money, because they don't have this, because they don't compete on anything. They have the exact same claims in the exact same country, and they get worse traffic quality because they spend less money, and that's ultimately why you fail. It's not that hard of a business model if you actually just do it right. And so why do we need a unique mechanism in the first place, right? So the thing is, once people start competing on bigger claims, promises, and offers in the market you're selling to, it's not enough to do the same, right? You are now in the level 3 market sophistication stage, and the only way to win significant market share is to introduce a unique mechanism to the market, something which fundamentally sets you apart from everyone else in that market. And so I want you to take a look at this little graph right here. These are the 5 levels or stages of market sophistication by Eugene Schwartz, right? From Breakthrough Advertising, best book ever. However, what you should understand is, like, the more competitors are, the more competition you have in your market, the more skeptical people are, because they've bought more, they've seen it all, they've heard all the claims, right? And so the quality and the time of buying experiences increase as you go up the ladder of the market sophistication, which means that in the level 3, 4, 5, people have bought multiple times, right? People are aware of the solution. People know exactly, what types of competitors are the best for this problem, for that problem. And so the only way to win from a level 2 to a level 3 is to actually have a unique mechanism, right? Because if you're the first competitor, if you're the first person that solves a problem in a market, then obviously you can just say anything. You can just say, hey, I'm here, I'm cool, and you're going to get all the market share for that product, obviously, right? Now, if you have a couple people doing that already, and it's not easy anymore to just do that, and it's not enough to do that, then level 2 is actually having a bigger claim, bigger promise, better offer than your competition, and that turns into your USP. However, the second that people start doing that, which is going to happen very quickly in any new market, that's why you don't find level 1 or 2 markets basically anywhere, especially not in the US anymore, right? Then it turns into a level 3 market. And a level 3 market is how you win against a level 2, which is essentially having this unique mechanism, something which sets you apart from everyone else in the core, like fundamentally. It doesn't, like, not just a bigger, better claim of your product. It's something which works completely differently than from everyone else's, right? All the other solutions work differently, and so therefore they can't solve that problem like you do. That's what fundamental unique mechanism is. And unique mechanisms can be changes on a product. Obviously, from dropshipper, you're not going to be able to do that very quickly, but it can be massive, drastic changes on the way you offer things, on who you show things to, and what you show to them. And so all these things combined make or break your unique mechanism. Just to kind of walk you through the process, level 4 is then basically once someone already has a unique mechanism in the market, you just need a bigger and better one. Okay, that's the differentiator, that's the unique mechanism. So let's get into how to actually do that. The step number 1, right? The first step you're going to actually do is you're going to make a mind map, specifically figuring out the deep mass desire, because the unique mechanism is essentially nothing else but the thing which just bridges the gap between your product and the desire that people actually look for, right? That's why this works, because unique mechanisms actually are able to more quickly, more efficiently, and cost efficiently bridge that gap. That's why they work at the end of the day. Okay, so you have to start with something which is called the desire mapping. And so what this specifically is it's basically a mind map in these 4 sections. And so you're going to have your avatar in the middle. Obviously, you should already have research on your avatar, on your product. You should already know what they're actually looking for. However, this is like brainstorming. These are more ideas. I want you to do this without AI. And so this is an example. So you can take a screenshot of this because we're going to use this picture later for AI. However, we're going to have 4 different sections for what the person says, what the person actually thinks, what they feel like, and what they do. okay? And the more information you write into this, the better, because at the end of the day, as the founder of an e-com brand, you should understand your customers the most. This is like, now we're getting into something called product development. So far, all the gurus have told you to do product research. This is what product development looks like, right? And desire mapping doesn't have to be necessarily brainstorming. At the end of the day, the more customers you already have, the more post-purchase surveys you can send out, or the more people you can actually call up and ask like these things, And so ask them whatever you feel like you want. And by the way, it's a life hack for every e-com brand to just call up their customers. And the more you have, like if you have 100 customers, you have 100 opinions. If you can get 100 people on the phone who already bought your stuff, you're getting a lot of stuff that neither ChatGPT nor Amazon reviews or Reddit posts can tell you, okay? Just a quick tip, right? And so after you have the desire mapping, we're going to head over to ChatGPT and give him these 2 prompts here. And I'm going to walk you through them, and I'm going to walk you through why they work so well. And so you're going to tell ChatGPT to give you a prompt. And so specifically, give me a prompt for the deep research feature that takes the desire map. I've attached an example of my product name. You're going to attach your product name, and looks for the deepest human desires that that my product fulfills, and how, right? Focus on the 3 core deep desires, which are health, wealth, and relationships, and use the why loop. Example, feature is one size fits all, right? Why do people want one size fits all? Because people don't want to lose money and time ordering the wrong size. Why? Once again, you ask them, this is the loop, right? People want to save more money. Therefore, the deep desire is wealth, right? You always have 3 core deep human desires, which are health, wealth, and relationships. And you should try to tie your features to one of these or to multiple of these. The more, the better, right? Example 2, feature, one size fits all, same feature. But why do people want this? Well, people want to look good inside of their exact body shape and not try to change their body shape in order to look good, right? Why? Because they want to look more attractive and find a partner, right? This is relationships. This is a deep desire of relationships, right? So the prompt should do the research, especially focusing on US-based competitors that run Facebook and or Google ads, Reddit posts and Amazon reviews about the product, and authority blog posts, for example, doctors and influencers. And I obviously should take into account that you're going to attach, once the actual prompt is there, the desire map that you've made specifically for your product, okay? Now then we're going to tell him to summarize the research in 5 pages and answer the questions above, which are these up here. The main goal of this prompt is to figure out the deep human desire that my product fulfills, okay? Boom. That's the whole point of it. That's the goal of it. We're just going to do research into the deep mass desire. We really want to figure out what it is which people are actually looking for. Okay. So then ChatGPT is going to give you a prompt, and you're going to paste that prompt right back into ChatGPT, select the deep research function, and actually attach the desire map that you've made before. And this is once again a little graph here that actually outlines or shows you why we need a unique mechanism, right? Most people can't bridge their product to their desire. They don't really follow it. They don't really and it can't really deeply speak to the people. That's why they just can't market properly, right? Marketing is just really figuring out what people want and changing their beliefs in order to get them to buy. That's essentially what marketing at its core really is. So how you have to execute this is basically you have your product here. Then we're going to, obviously make the research and then basically create a unique mechanism. And that's going to be the bridge between your product and the desire here. Okay. So just to kind of quickly show you that. Now, step 2 is going to be mechanism research and planning. And so this is basically, we have 2-step process here. We have AI research and we have a checklist. By the way, this whole document with all the prompts that I'm going to have in here is in my Discord. So just go ahead and complete free. By the way, just 100% free, just join up, whatever, right? So the mechanism research and planning specifically is going to be separated into 2 parts. First one is AI research. So we're going to once again do another prompt for the deep research. Give me a prompt for the deep research feature that fills the gap between my product name, and my deepest desire that I solve, input desires. This is the desire that we figured out with this prompt right here, right? I want the research to be focused on competition that solve the same desire that I do, regardless of what product it is. This is important. I want their unique mechanisms, if they have any, and how they've structured them, right? The goal of this is that I can create a newer and better unique mechanism and get majority of the market share. So we want to take the market. We want to be the lead competitors that take the market from level 3, which is just one cool unique mechanism that our random competitor has. And we want to make a better one, which is level 4. Okay. So we want to make the market more sophisticated just by having so much market share. Okay. That's the desire. That's our desire as the marketer, right? And we're gonna get a prompt, and then you're gonna paste that prompt right back into ChatGPT, and you're gonna say, take the prompt GPT gives you, and paste it into the deep research function, and attach the output of the last desired prompt in a document. So what you're gonna do is from this desired research here, you're gonna basically copy everything it gives you, everything it tells you into a PDF, and you're gonna attach it right here. And so once you have this, you're gonna have lots of unique mechanisms, and like basically how competitors have done it to just tell you pages and pages worth of research in terms of inspiration, context that you can do for your own brand. And so then when it comes to actually planning out your unique mechanism, you're going to open up a fresh document, for example, like I do, a Google Doc, and there's a specific checklist, not too long, not too hard, but there's a checklist to your unique mechanism which you should follow in order to create one that is actually really powerful and really good. Okay, first one is solves one deep desire for one specific avatar, and this is what actually matters here, right? The one specific avatar, because unique mechanisms that solve everything for everyone are not powerful, right? You can compare this to kind of like a restaurant which sells everything or only pizza, right? Like a restaurant which only sells pizza obviously is going to have better pizza than everyone else who sells everything and also sells pizza, if that makes sense. So you should have one specific solution to one specific avatar, and to say, oh yeah, but I decreased my audience size, so I'm scared. Makes no sense at all, because these people are then easier to target, and there's always a bunch of people in every market. There's e-commerce overall is a growing market, and there's always new customers. And so to worry that your audience size is too small because you're solving one specific person's problem is just stupid, right? Riches aren't in the niches, and so you should always niche down as much as humanly possible and don't try to solve every problem for every person in the world. Try to solve one very deep problem. That's what we figured out before, for one very specific avatar that your brand already has, or that you want to have if you just launch, right? That's number one. Number two is the believability. Obviously, you shouldn't try to, make a claim which is completely ridiculous, because people forget that you're selling to real people, right? You're actually selling to human beings, which is kind of what in e-commerce, people don't really consider anymore, or seem to forget. So it should be believable, but it shouldn't be something which is like completely ridiculous. If you have any numbers attached to your stuff, your unique mechanism, let's say you say, oh, I lose 200 pounds in 2 weeks. It's ridiculous, okay? 3 is create interest. Should be something which is kind of controversial, because at the end of the day, if it doesn't spark interest, if it doesn't spark curiosity, what that actually means, then it's not going to work out. Like, that's a big part of everything, urgency and curiosity. Very good direct response mechanisms or tools that you can use, and just put it into the name of your mechanism. Going to work a lot better already, right? And you're going to realize all the way throughout in every marketing aspect, it's just how you wrap the things. It's fundamentally, especially as a dropshipper, it's all the same thing that you sell, but it's like how you wrap it, how you kind of just present it to people, right? So the name of your mechanism matters a lot. The name of your guarantee matters a lot. Just quick tips, right? And so the proof, right? Proof is the last one that I've attached here, because basically proof of your unique mechanism, there should be some level of proof or some level of authority actually, backing up what you claim. And so let's say you sell protein powder and whatever, and everyone sells normal protein powder, and they try to compete on, oh, we have a better deal, we have a better taste, whatever, and you make everything vegan. That would be a very good unique mechanism, because maybe an actual vegan person isn't able to actually buy protein powder because nothing is vegan. And so you come in as a vegan brand. Obviously, people have done this 100 times in the past, but that would be a unique mechanism, a vegan protein powder. So and obviously it has a ton of proof. So this would be an example, right? And so since volume negates luck, right, plan at least 3 different mechanisms, because now we're going to get into testing them. I'm going to show you how to test your unique mechanisms, because if you double down on one thing and it's bad, which is probably going to be at the first couple times you're testing this, to be fair, with everything in life, like the first time you try something, it's going to be terrible. And so that's why we want to have at least 3. We don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket, and we want to test them all before we just edit our whole website towards that one unique mechanism. And so this is basically, the testing is separated into 2 specific parts. First of all, we have the unique mechanism statement, and second of all, we have the unique mechanism headline. And so the unique mechanism statement is basically for people that already have ads. So if you're an e-com brand and you already run ads and you already have a winning ad or 2 winning ads or 3 winning ads, and you just want to see which unique mechanism works the best now that you're kind of starting to notice people ripping your stuff or something like that, that's when you should basically work on the statements. If you just launch and you already want to launch with the unique mechanism, which is totally fair and cool, you should actually just do the headlines. And I'm going to tell you why, right? Because with your unique mechanism statements, what you're going to do is you're going to write these sentences that I'm going to walk you through that basically just put in the body of your ad. So you're going to test them in the body of your top performing ads, and you're going to try to outperform the already top performing ads by actually having just this one sentence in the ad. And if it does that, very good sign that that unique mechanism actually does something without changing the website, the offer, maybe the offer if it's a part of your mechanism, but like nothing else. Okay, so like an example for unique mechanism statement that you're going to put into the body of your winning ad, it could be, unlike competitor, our product uses mechanism to help you core desire or result without common objection, right? So this is super confusing. Let me give you a couple examples. Unlike other protein bars, our plant fuse trademark formula delivers a complete amino acid profile using sprouted seeds, so you recover faster without the bloat. Unlike standard serums, our Glow Deep formula uses biofermented hyaluronic acid that penetrates 3 layers of skin, so you see a plumper, smoother look in 5 days, not 5 weeks. Another example, instead of caffeine crashes, our Clean Fuel blend uses a time-released an L-theanine mixing matrix, giving you 6 hours of clean focus with 0 jitters. Our Calm Chews uses a bioavailable L-theanine blend designed for dogs, so it works within 20 minutes, unlike treats that take hours or never calm them at all. Okay, so these are all, as you can see, follow the same structure here, which is unlike other solutions, other competitors. Our name, cool name of the unique mechanism, uses XYZ, your name of your unique mechanism, to help you. And then you basically put in the actual deep desire that we figured out before without, and then you list out multiple objections or just one main objection, right? You can do this for every product, and this is the cool part, right? This is what you're going to do if you already have winning ads. Once again, if you don't, then you're going to skip to this, which is the unique mechanism headline. If you do, please also do this. So even if you do the statements, also do the headlines, okay? So the unique mechanism behind desired results, right? Why mechanism changes everything for target customer. Forget old method, meet the new mechanism that benefit XYZ, right? So these headlines here, and this is already something which, if you've followed my channel for a bit, I like to test hooks in terms of only images. Like I'm usually testing before I launch any creatives, or every single time also at scale whenever I introduce new concepts or new anything to my ad account. What I usually do is I test hooks. So I do like blank image ads, black text on white backgrounds, essentially no pictures of the product. So it's just a blank picture with text on it, nothing else. And you can do this for the unique mechanism. So this is like a specific hook test, but specifically a unique mechanism test. And so this is what kind of just really will tell you very quickly which one people resonate with and which one people don't or won't, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a bunch of these different ones, right? You're gonna, for every mechanism that you script out, you're gonna make like 5, 6, 7 different ones. So let's say you do 5, and then you have 3 mechanisms that will basically you end up with 15 different image ads. And so you're just going to test those individually and see, spend like $5 on all of them and see which ones get you the highest CTRs. Maybe some add to carts already, right? And this is going to actually tell you very quickly which unique mechanism the people, your audience essentially resonates with the most. And so this is a cool, unfair advantage that you have as an e-com brand that already exists. If you have a unique mechanism statement that you test and you test headlines, and you notice a pattern between one unique mechanism that works in both of these like variants of testing, you found a winner, right? You found a winner. And so I want you to iterate this, okay? So this means if you see, okay, well, I do the headline testing, but people don't really resonate with that a lot, do the thing, like go into the one like that worked a little bit better than everyone else and just test a bunch of stuff within that, right? So even this is something which you have to iterate. You're not going to once again find the unique mechanism, the first test on the first try. This is something which you have to keep iterating and testing until you find something which actually outperforms everything else, and it's going to be super easy for you to make all the ads. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you want me to actually do this once, like just write into the comments, like actually, show you how I put these prompts into ChatGPT and how I plan out and how to make the desired map and whatever. So yeah, I want to say thank you so much for giving me your most important asset, which is your attention. Once again, I just put this document into my Discord completely free. I don't have a paid community or anything. And yeah, thanks again for watching. I wish you a beautiful day.